Scrum is a Failure Part 2. This one was so popular that we needed a second part to this one. Now, don't get me wrong, I actually love the principles of Agile and I implement Kanban on every team that I run, but Scrum is an absolute failure. Hi, I'm Spencer Thomason, founder of Startup Hack, as well as other companies. I love talking about the fundamentals of being a software developer. I've been a developer for over 25 years on amazing projects and companies, and I love talking about it. So make sure you like and subscribe to the channel because I bring you a lot of great content. So I'm going to go over some posts that I found online and talk about why I agree with these folks that Scrum is a total failure. So this is a fun one titled Chaos, Crappy Code, Cost Overruns. The Church of Agile is corrupted from within by institutional forces that can't adapt to radical humanity of collaborative, self-organizing, cross-functional teams. Agile wasn't supposed to be this way. Now, I pause here. This might be a little stronger than I think, but I've said over and over that Scrum is how non-technical people try to manage, or maybe we say control, technical people. So back to the post. Agile is supposed to be centered on people, not on process, but many businesses instead prioritize controlling their commodity, human resources. Companies have dressed it up in Scrum's clothing, claiming Agile ideology while reasserting Waterfall's hierarchical micromanagement. Stories as many waterfalls treat the engineers as a cog in their employer's machine with no understanding of the craft, creativity, and critical thinking required to solve such complex problems. Scrumfall, this abomination of Scrum and Waterfall, relies in other words on the product team providing a complete and perfect specification before development begins, and it relies on development team planning out a completely and perfect implementation before a single line of code is written. The invading Waterfall taskmasters, hidden in Scrum's Trojan horse, absolutely hate uncertainty. However, uncertainty is not a bug, but a feature of Agile. These chains of many waterfalls create chaos, crappy code, and ironically, costs and overruns and missed deadlines. Now, I really agree with this because overall, if you want a developer to be able to innovate, you're going to have to allow them some flexibility and remove a lot of the rigidity that comes with Scrum. This is part of the reason why I'm a really big fan overall of Agile and Kanban. Here is another fun one. Be aware of zealotry. Heed the wise words of Sisith. Anything larger than a developer can do in 2 weeks is infeasible. One of the problems people are having is that so much is said against Waterfall instead of just favor of Agile. People emphasize that everything to do with Waterfall is bad and generalize from large, detailed, inflexible architecture with no feedback loops being bad. This is repeated by people trained to be Scrum Masters or some other management or administrative role who are not developers themselves. I've been told that gating one story behind another is Waterfall. I've been told that having a design story is Waterfall. I've been told that architecture documents that are eligible to be revised but created before all the code is in place are Waterfall. Now, taken to heart, it means that anything larger than a developer can do in 2 weeks is infeasible. This often happens when the team building the software is not considered as stakeholders. I agree with this entirely because if you say, hey, everything you're going to do is within this 2-week window, how is that innovation? I guarantee you that Elon Musk isn't telling everybody at Tesla, hey, you got to keep everything within this 2-week sprint and I'm going to tell you exactly how it's done. Now, I'm sure there's some direction from top, but he's giving the innovators at SpaceX and at Tesla a lot of leeway to be able to innovate so that they can continue to build. Imagine if you told Thomas Edison he had to work within a 2-week sprint. I don't think that would have been the case. All right, so here's another one. Whatever happened to people over process? Another post, it just doesn't work that way. Ethics were never part of software development methods. Those are business decisions. It's not Agile's fault or Waterfall's fault. A hammer is a hammer. You can drive a nail into a wood or clobber somebody with it. As far as giving engineers autonomy, I do see enormous, largely unrecognized value in that. Boeing, for example, made great projects until the management style was changed to a top-down authoritarian model. Obviously, quality, productivity, and innovation all suffer horrendously, and I've seen this pattern in company after company. Engineers need latitude to solve problems. Their work is nothing like a production line in a factory. It just doesn't work that way. Now, I totally agree with this. You've got to allow engineers to be innovative, and fitting them into a box and giving them a completely dictated story only brings a developer down to changing colors from blue to green or other such trivial tasks. All right, this next one's another interesting one. It says, as in all other walks of life, there is no single answer, and nuance is essential. Here is another quote that says you have to plan the whole project. So it comes down to, what are you developing? Some products are well suited to Agile and others aren't. Pure Agile is best for a commercial product. You have a feature set that you prioritize and you get through as much as you can before you run out of time and call it done and try to sell it. When you have a customer who has a list of requirements they insist on, you can't just do sprints and see how far you get. You have to plan the whole project, resulting in Agile fall, which is kind of like Agile and waterfall. Meanwhile, I think we can all agree it's the product manager's fault. Am I right? I've never seen one that could really guide a project from start to finish. They either don't understand the technical sufficiently, or they don't understand the business case, or they aren't engaged enough. Or once a product manager has had enough experience to understand the business and the tech, they get promoted and you have to deal with a newbie. I love this. Scrum makes you lose your ability to be agile. It forces an org to focus on the process instead of on the people and the innovation. And that is why we here at Startup Hack, we love training full-stack developers. I implement my teams on real principles of Agile. On projects, we use KANBAN, but adhere to the principles of Agile most directly. I'm going to keep talking about this, so make sure you like and subscribe to the channel because I love to bring great things to talk about with developers. Also, have you wanted to learn how to program with the latest tools and build some awesome AI stuff? Check out our AI course built specifically for developers at startuphack.com/AI, and you can learn all of those tools to be more efficient developer by using AI.